My name is Coach Kathryn. There are so many of you here today that I do not know. I have never seen a lot of these names, which makes me so incredibly excited and grateful for you to be here. This is my second TikTok intensive. And if you have signed up for this, it's because you have some interest somewhere in your little brain, in your cranium, to get yourself on TikTok so that you can start making an impact. I want to start by first off thanking you for spending time with me, because time, I think, is our most valuable asset. So the fact that you're sitting here with me on a Friday in the middle of the day means the world. So if you're watching this on the replay, please interact just as if you would. If you're here live with us, you can comment. This will probably be on YouTube, so comment in the YouTube comments there. Come into the community that I will tell you about at the end of the call, and hang out with us. So yes, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to try to keep this right at an hour. I don't want to bore you. I don't want to overstimulate you or throw too much information at you. I will give us a little bit of housekeeping here. Anyone in the online space that comes to a webinar like this knows that everybody in the entire world has something to sell. And that is part of why you're here, because you either have something to sell and aren't selling it, or as 80% of you said on your intake form, you are an aspiring entrepreneur, which I think is so cool. Because when I look back at myself in 2020, it's like, that is exactly where I was. I was an aspiring entrepreneur and had no freaking clue where to start. So it's really cool that you are taking a step forward, gathering some education so that you can move your business idea forward. I would love, before we get started, if you guys have a business, please put it in the comments. If you're an aspiring business owner, let's live from the end result and tell me what kind of business do you have? What are you looking to sell on the internet? What do you need clients for? What do you want to share with the world? Are we in products? Are we in coaching, life coaching? I tend to get a lot of life coaches. Tell me, what are we doing? What are we selling? This will help guide the training a little bit. Come on, you guys. This is interactive. You got to talk to me. Personal trainer, possibility coaching. Interesting. I'd like to learn more about that. We probably have a lot of coaches. Software, TikTok affiliate, art and sparkle cosmetics. Okay. I started in this world having absolutely no idea what it is that I wanted to sell. Women midlife, not sure. Okay. I had no idea what I wanted to sell until I became a student of personal development myself. And as soon as I got into this material and into this industry, my entire world lit up. Spiritual coaching and counseling. Yes, awesome. My entire world lit up. And I knew instantly that I wanted to get on the internet and share what lit me up, share what made me feel on fire. I didn't know at the beginning of all of this that I would be here, sitting here right now today, doing something like this, having been on TikTok since 2020. I had no idea. And so the fact that a lot of you have an idea of even where you're headed is a really, really good thought. Now, I am not, and didn't put anywhere in the marketing for this, a marketing expert. I'm not a TikTok expert. I don't set up accounts for people. This is not a done for you service. I am a human being that has used the platform to completely change the lives of my family. Now, I can't say that the platform alone has done it, because you do have to bring your own sparkle, as Brooke would say, your own personality, which is a huge part of this conversation, to the platform. But since I got started in this material, my friends, my colleagues have called me the TikTok queen, because it just works. And so this was actually an inspired idea. I was talking to some clients, and we were talking about like TikTok shop affiliate, and how maybe we could, mess around and get TikTok shop affiliate going, because I know it works. And so, long story short, I came from a very confused place in business, found the love of my life career, moved into all of the different online platforms, because people can't buy from you unless they know what you have to sell, and then found that TikTok is literally the holy grail. Can you put in the comments for me if you're already posting on TikTok? Do you guys have a following? Do you know how to post? Are you trying to figure out how to post? Where are we at? We're already posting. Yes, no, not last year, 500 followers. Posting, getting back into posting. Okay, so the last time I did this, I did TikTok intensive, posting once a day, 235. TikTok intensive, day 1, day 2, and day 3. Day 1, not currently, was the basics. How do I post a video? How do I edit? How do I all of that. Day 2 was advanced level techniques. How do I scale and grow my account? Day 3 was really integration, kind of personalized stuff. We're doing this one a little bit different because I assume that the people that registered for this already have some type of idea on TikTok, either how to post videos, could look up a YouTube tutorial if you don't know how to post a video. I mean, we're here to help with that, but really this is how do we scale and make money? So on TikTok, what's always inspired me, and I'm going to share some statistics with you. What's always inspired me is the reach that you can get on this app. And regardless of what industry you're in, if you're a consumer of TikTok, I'm sure that you can see you learn so much on this platform, but you learn in a very specific way. It's typically not long-winded. You might have a short attention span, small following, no facial posts yet. That's okay. We can get there. You can go viral without facial posts, really. Short attention span. You want to grab people's attention. See all of these rules. That is what I feel puts people in paralysis. And so my zone of genius from the beginning of this is I'm going to read you statistics. And then my way of teaching this would be to help you incorporate spirituality into the strategy to come together and actually create a result. Any person that I've spoke to that wants to be on TikTok and isn't is typically falling under the guise of some type of self-criticism. I call her Shirley, this internal voice that tells you you're not good enough, you don't know what you're going to say, your products aren't worth selling, you don't know, you're not going to be able to build an audience, no one's going to want to listen to you, on and on and on. You don't know what you're doing. This voice keeps people stuck on the daily. And this is why one of my clients just said this to me earlier. She heard it or read it somewhere, that there are people that are less qualified than you, making more money than you, all because they're willing to just go for it. So that is something that I think is really important to start out in this conversation, is that if you're on a training like this, you obviously want something. You want fuller expression. You either want money, you want clients, you want to be able to go on vacation. Maybe you want to use TikTok Shop Affiliate, TikTok Shop Affiliate to take your family on vacation. Shirley made a TikTok appearance this week. Yes, I did a video. If you haven't seen it, you have to. It's the crazy lady in your head. Regardless, you want something, but in order to get something, in order to receive that, you've got to put something out there. And this means we got to move past all this self-critical nonsense talk and actually show up and do something. Guys, I looked this up, and I'm just doing this for the class. Like, I don't need to know this to know that the app works, because the work works, but we just looked this up for shits and giggles. There are 1.9 billion global users on this app. And in the US, we have 116.6 million users. There are 34 million videos posted per day. I about laughed at this. 272 videos posted per second. That's 770 million videos per month. Now, there's two ways you can really gauge your mindset on this. One person that's got the limited mindset will say, see what I mean? It's so saturated, I'm never going to stand out. But then the opportunist is going to say, oh my gosh, you mean that in any given second, I have access to 116 million people with my message? There are 116 million people that are potentially scrolling on this app right now, that if I am authentic and I share my story and I share the root of what I do and I share it with passion, they're going to hear me and they're going to want what I have to say. Yes, there are. To be honest with you, Facebook is like not working. I don't know what is going on, at least in my world. I used to have a really engaged Facebook following, but it feels like it's moving back into the friends and family vibe, which is really cool. That's what mine is anyway. Instagram is very aesthetic, really good for interior designers, people that do like the day in the life, all of these like lifestyle creators, really beautiful. TikTok has the vibe of, I want to know who you are and your soul, and I want to be able to get to know you, and then I want to just have you in my pocket forever and stay with you forever and build a community that I never want to let go. Like, that is truly the way it feels. And since 2020 until present, I have built a beautiful following, the most connected and loyal following that I have in all the platforms on social media. And the reason I think it works like this is because the app promotes creativity, authenticity. You actually get shadow banned, marked, and pushed down if you're repeating videos, if you're stealing people's videos. They're really heavy on copyright. They do such a great job at promotion and promoting authenticity. So when I did my first TikTok intensive, I had 6,800 followers, and I had already in one-on-one clients brought in 6 figures from the TikTok app alone. And that's huge. That means when, we track traffic, where does a person come from on the internet? How do they get into our world? And what is our conversion rate? So when we realized that 6 figures of our income had come from people finding us on the internet, I was like, I have to show people how to do this. Well, the TikTok training was really, really great. As I said, it was engaged. We had a lot of people. It was paid. And the sad part about these trainings and what ends up happening is, and it goes right along with Bob Proctor's statistic, only 1% of people actually take the information and do something with it. And everybody else comes on and gets all excited and is like, oh, okay, well, that would be really cool. But then they don't do anything. And so I'm just here to tell you, I have to reiterate this time and time again, this is not a done for you, let me just get rich quick and all of this. Like something like this, a pursuit like this for TikTok or your brand voice, putting yourself out anywhere should be a mission project, like a purpose project, a burning desire to want people to know that you exist and that you have a way to leave them better than how you found them. I hear folks in my industry or people come in and ask a person like me, a life coach or spiritual mentor, well, if that were true, if we're not meant to make money competitively, why can people make money and be deceptive? And the whole thing about this platform is that, again, not only do they knock down things that don't feel authentic, but monies made on a competitive basis are subject to loss. So you'll see all these TikTok like, oh, come be with me for 7 days and make $7,000 on TikTok shop or do this and do that. And then you're asked to do unethical things or do things that maybe don't hit right in your ethical character just in order to make the money. My motto has always been, if I could get you on a Zoom like this and listening to me and let me plant little seeds in you, if I could get you to earn $3,000 a month consistently for the next 6 months, I would rather you do that than earn $10,000 in 30 days and never earn it again. Because honestly, that's what happens to a lot of people. So in writing out what I could talk to you about today, the first thing that comes to mind is knowing your story. We're not going to go into this. I won't bore you. Maybe not everybody needs to go down that rabbit hole. This is an objection I get all the time. I want to make money on TikTok, but I don't know what to post. Yes, you're right. You do need to know what to post. So that is a process. I totally get it. The other thing is I don't know how to get followers. I don't know how to get people to engage with me. I say this all the time. You could look up any strategy on the internet on how to grow on TikTok, 369 with the hashtags and this and that and the music and the trending and all of this. I can just tell you from my experience, I paid hardly no mind to any of that. Am I cognizant of SEO? Yes. Do I change my videos to match what's trending topics today? Absolutely not. Do you need 7,000 likes on a video to make 10K off the video and clientele? No, you do not. Do you need to have an extensive email list of people in order to make money off this app? No. Do you need link in bio and all these downloads in a stand store and a product line to make money off of TikTok? No, you do not. There is a place for you to start anywhere. And this is what blows my mind as to why people aren't at least using TikTok Shop affiliate. So in my world of life coaching, I went from a mindset coach to like a manifestation coach, help you make money. And then I was like, you know what? It's not just about the money. It's total life coaching. I mean, all aspects of a person need to be balanced in order for them to feel happy. Well, in the past year or so, we've been like restructuring the business and stuff. And in the last year or so, it's really hit home to me that I want people to come out of the place of desperation and scarcity, come out of this place of like, I'll do anything for money, out of survival, so that then they can step into their creative energy. When I got into my first life coaching program as a student myself, I'll touch on that. When I got into my first program myself, I had absolutely no clue how I was going to get started, how I was going to make the money, how I was going to pay this thing off, whatever. But I had a drive. I had a mission inside of me that no matter what, I was going to become a coach and I was going to make this work. And I quit my job. I burned the boats. I realized that's not for everybody. And actually, I find that people operate a whole lot better when they have that stability and that security blanket where they're not having to make money. I was able to ignore my physical senses and then sell in a beautiful way. But a lot of people freeze up. They're like, oh my God, I have to make this work or I can't buy my food. Oh my God, if I don't make this sell, I'm not going to be able to pay my car note. Like, we don't want to do that. So this is where, and I promise I'm getting somewhere. This is where I start putting, guys, all of these ideas together. And it's like, if this man on the internet, and he's kind of what inspired me, his name is Randy Hedge. If this man on TikTok can make $12, $15, $20,000 a month through TikTok Shop affiliate, can't anybody? And so I started watching his videos. It's kind of funny how we ended up together. I'm not promoting him or whatever. I'm not affiliated with him, but I started watching this residual earners person, and then I found this guy, and it was really crazy how it all tied together. And then I got on a call with him, and he's like, "Sure, let's rock it out. Let's do it. Let's talk about it." And when he started telling me his journey to TikTok Shop affiliate and how he's able to earn this money and he posts and has fun with it and all of this, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really what people need. I've been guiding people to this platform for a long time, but I only started my TikTok Shop affiliate journey about 5 months ago. I said 6 in the thing. I went back and looked at my earnings. It was about 5 months ago. And I was reached out to about a microphone, and someone's like, hey, you want to sell this microphone or whatever, try it and do a video. I still make money on that little microphone today. Every single day I make sales on that microphone. So I decided that I would get all of us here today and we could do a little challenge. Now, this could go one in many, many, many different ways. There are more than one way to make, there's more than one way to make money on this platform. One, you can make money just through posting. So the creativity program. 2, you can make money just by, it's like working with artists. So working with musicians or artists, and you can make sponsored content, UGC, they call it, user-generated content. You can do that. You can do TikTok Shop for seller. So if you sell on Amazon, you know someone that sells on Amazon and they want to start selling their products there, or you're a small boutique and you want to sell products, you can do that. Or TikTok Shop affiliate. When you do TikTok Shop affiliate, this is how effortless it is. You don't have to manage inventory. You don't have to manage customer returns. You don't have to do customer support. You don't have to have employees. You do not need a team. And a lot of times you don't even have to spend your money. Some people will spend their money because they want more viral products and they want them faster. So you purchase it and then you're able to do a video, whatever. But basically, if you're at a place in life where you have a passion project, let's say you want to be, I don't know, a life coach. A lot of you guys have a life coaching idea. Like, you want to reach the masses. You want this branding photo shoot. You want to make this course. You need to record these videos. You want to buy this merchandise to share with people about ending hunger, whatever it is. You want to fund a passion project. My opinion is that opening up and scaling on TikTok Shop affiliate is probably one of your most easy ways to do this, one of the most effortless ways for you to do this. Someone said in the comments, but what if we need 5,000 followers? I have a few takes on this. First and foremost, the techie side, the strategical side, is that you are able to purchase accounts that have been built to 5,000 followers. These accounts range from anywhere from $200 to $500. There are accounts you can buy that have even more than that. And there are secured sites that you can go to, like the Evolution program inside of TikTok will have access, or like people that build and sell accounts. It's totally legal. TikTok allows it. You can buy an account with followers if you have the grit to do that, if you have the money and you're willing to make the investment. Or on the flip side, you can create a following by being consistent, by showing up for yourself and actually making a plan to make content. Now, the thing about the doing it that way, so many folks will believe that that's a lot of work. Well, that's too much work. It's going to take me forever to get to 5,000 followers. This is where the mindset piece of this comes in. For someone that's got that mentality, chances are you're not going to put your all into your content because you don't believe your success is guaranteed. And you're worried that if you spend that much time crafting content to get stuck in 100 view jail, that you're going to do all of this work and it amounted to nothing. Sure, that could very much be your reality. But the people that I know in my world that go in for the right reasons, not what's in it for me, but what can I share with others, it never works that way. I'm not going to tell you you can build or everybody builds a 5K account in 30 days. But I have seen more people come out on top with this when they go all in than not, because when you post a video, you have 34 million videos per day and you've got 1.9 billion potential people watching your video. So when we want something great, we got to have the right mindset and then implement the right strategy. For someone that believes wholeheartedly that they can sniff out a good opportunity and then give it all they got in order to make it work, TikTok Shop Affiliate is completely like, it is the holy grail. And so what I plan on doing here with you guys, for those of you that are actually willing to go for it, I am going to, effective today, or actually tomorrow is my first video, we're going to go through a challenge where those of us that are at, let me pause, who needs 5,000 followers? Who needs 5,000 followers? Basically everybody. How do you balance authentic content? Hang on. Me. How do you balance authentic content versus all the tricks you have to follow? Play the algorithm. That's the thing. I don't think you need to. I can only speak from my experience. I have hardly had any observation of the algorithm. Let me tell you what Randy said to me. He says, he's an old cowboy. He says, back in the day, they would say, you throw enough crap at the wall, eventually something will stick. But he says, let me take it a step further. You throw enough at the wall, eventually the pile's going to get tall enough where you can climb up and make it stick yourself. And there's something to that, not hustle culture, but grit. Eventually in posting, you're going to find your own zone. Oh, only post at this time of day and this type of day, and only do this type of content and 7 seconds only and text on screen only. Again, all of these strategies are, I believe they're important, but they do not make or break the video. They don't, because then how do we account for all the videos that are mega viral that do not follow those guidelines? It's spirit. It's spirit. Your spirit is what guides this content. So there's a balance between saying, I'm so spiritual, I don't need to do anything and I can post once a month. And then there's, I am spirit, or I am spiritual, I am in alignment, and I am going to show up every single day and nothing is going to stop me. I'll show them the good, the bad, the ugly. I'll show them my journey, my authenticity, my struggles, my products, me making the products, disassembling the products. I'll show them my kids, my walks, my teaching, my tutors, my whatever, my tutorials, my cooking, my this, my that, whatever your passion is. If you'll show up daily and be there daily, I think it's not all about the strategy. Go ahead, Ollie. What's on your mind?
Hey there. So I guess I have
You're
to,
going to come off
I
mute and
can't
talk.
help but, can you hear me? Okay. Am I coming
Okay.
through?
So let me ask you this. If you guys had 5,000 followers and were able to go ahead and start doing TikTok Shop Affiliate, would you do it? I didn't hear him. You heard him? He talked? He's talking?
Hello? Can you hear
I'm
me?
confused. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Hang on. I think I know why. 1 second. Talk again.
Hello?
Oh, I heard you. It was in my microphone. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I can hear you. Go. What'd you say?
Well, so I guess I can't help but like, because I have found, like, I've been searching TikTok and the internet, let's say, for
Mm-hmm.
different ways to grow my TikTok, Instagram, because they're all different. And you had just said earlier that, like, you don't know what's going on with Facebook. The
Yeah.
problem is all of these platforms have recently changed their algorithms. And so
Mm-hmm.
even TikTok, I mean, to say like, yes, I had 5,000 followers before TikTok changed their algorithm this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely, because there was a certain way to do it and they were pushing videos, pushing videos, pushing videos. Then this summer they changed the algorithm because they wanted to push TikTok Shop. So TikTok Shop is being pushed, which is great. That's why I think this topic is so great, because TikTok Shop is being pushed and it is going to be the next big thing, I think. The problem is now for new accounts trying to grow from 0 to 5,000, that's almost impossible now because TikTok is not trying to grow your account. TikTok is trying to grow TikTok Shop. And so Instagram has changed because I've seen several videos on now you have to do this for Instagram. TikTok, they're like, you have to do X, Y, and Z to even get 100 views on your videos. And the videos I've been doing, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing 100 views with no engagement. So that's what I'm trying to figure out is how do we even get to 5,000 followers without buying them?
I have got to say, I'll put my coach hat on here, and I'm just going to keep it super hot with you. With that mentality, you're going to have the hardest time getting to 5,000 followers because it's nothing but limitation. It is so easy to tell me the 17,000 reasons why it's hard. They're not going to push it. They're not going to see me. The hashtags aren't going to work and my videos aren't. That's what I'm seeing. And everybody else is seeing it. Now I'm gathering evidence and everybody on the internet is saying that it's really, really hard. And it's not working for anybody else. Everybody else is sucking too. So I must be sucking because everyone's sucking. They're never going to push anybody else. This cannot be true because the law of polarity states that everything must have an opposite. So you're right. There will be the majority, which is the 98% of people that buy into this story, just as any other story on the entire internet, and they will suck and their videos will not work. This is real. This really works. And then there will be the 2% of people that refuse to be susceptible to that. We can believe that our mission can be silenced or we will prevail, period. And this is where the spirituality and the mindset piece comes in. You will always find what you're looking for. It's a guarantee. And I think the ones that make it are the ones that hear something like that. And instead of saying, well, I succumb to this, that's going to suck. Algorithm changed. I can't be successful. Like, we don't believe that. It's not about being delusional and not looking at the reality of the situation. But then again, it kind of is because you've got two mentalities. One, this is hard. How do I figure it out? And one, this is hard. I knew it. I quit. So I'm not even going to try. Having the mentality that this is going to be hard is automatically going to shut down your energy when you're making a video and you live in the assumption that it's not going to work. But what if you fucked around and believed that it would? And I feel passionate about this, Ollie. I'm so glad you asked this question because the success I've had in my business makes no sense. And I mean, makes no sense on paper. On paper, I should not be where I'm at. It doesn't make sense. Statistically speaking, I shouldn't be living in this house. I didn't have the credit score to get this house. I don't have an education. I didn't do any, it doesn't make sense. So that would be my answer to this. You could believe that or not. And it's really about what you focus on is going to grow beyond the 5,000 though. And that's why I like that we're having this conversation too. 5,000 followers is TikTok Shop affiliate, which is a no-brainer. But you can get clients if your business is set up correctly. You can get clients by only having 4 likes on a video. One of the 4 people that liked your video or that follow you, one of the 200 people that follow you could become paying clients outside of the app. So anyway, the 5,000 person view goal only is like satisfying one of the many different ways that you could earn on TikTok. Plus the final thing, and then I see you came off mute, so tell me what your thoughts are. But the other thing is that very sporadically, and they just did this like 4 days ago or over this last weekend, I think. No, at the middle of this week. It was like 4 days ago. For 48 hours, they let some creators apply, those creators that are posting consistently with good quality content. They will invite you to apply for TikTok Shop for Creator before you have 5,000 followers. So they do keep an eye on this. And a lot of people I know have gotten into this shop prior to 5,000 because their intention prior to that is putting out good quality content. Okay, what's your thought?
So I guess I didn't express myself clearly because I was not saying that I'm not coming from a place of this is not going to work. I was coming from a place of we need to be innovative and be a step ahead of the changes that will come. We will always be faced with adversity or things coming at our businesses. So we need to be a step ahead. So what I was essentially asking was, how do we pivot before how do you pivot before you hit the iceberg was what I was trying to say was I'm just trying to get ahead of the thing that's going to come up, as opposed to saying this isn't going to work. If I thought this wasn't going to work, I wouldn't be on TikTok. I'm posting every day on TikTok. Like, I wouldn't be there if I didn't think this was going to work. So
Mm.
it's not, I'm not coming from a place of doubting this will work. I'm coming from a place of they keep changing the rules. So I need to either be ahead of the rules or not follow the rules. And that's what I'm trying to figure out what that looks like.
I don't think I like that Gerald just put this in the comments, and I'm not sure if you've ever read The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, but he says it is not about doing certain things, but doing things in a certain way. I do not believe, and this is a personal belief, I encourage everyone that comes into contact with me, you believe what you want, believe things that empower you. I believe that the way that I live my life, my mission is stronger than an algorithm. If the algorithm changes and there's the event one day that the video needs to look different, there will be something that signals me to do that, and I will do it. There's an affirmation that I live by as well, and that is that I believe I am the type of person that will handle whatever comes whenever it comes. So there's really no need to be worried or to be frantic about it. What if you're just the type of person that handles any algorithm change? And so it doesn't really matter what the algorithm does, your content prevails. You look at people, if we have a dramatic example, does the algorithm matter for music artists or Tony Robbins or Mel Robbins or like these really famous podcasts? It doesn't matter. Once your business gets to a certain place, your brand voice has been heard, people know you, people follow you, your content finds its way through the algorithm shifts, like the content prevails. So in that situation, I'd be looking to find the way that, like, to make my content prevail past any hurdle. There are no hurdles. This is about our voice. And this is also where the strategical conversations have to, in my world, mix in with the spirit, because when you truly believe you're unstoppable and you have a purpose here, nothing is going to stop you. My client Victoria is on here right now, and she's right. She said, I've been posting regularly and getting 500 to 600 views consistently. Victoria knows the power of being consistent on this platform every single day, regardless of whether you feel like it. You post something that's on your heart, you share it from your heart, and it grows. She got to 1,000 followers in just like a month or so, a couple weeks, I don't know, from a couple hundred to 1,000, to be able to go live. And her lives are getting her calls booked for her business and giving her income opportunities in that capacity as well. So where there's a will, there's a way. And that's why I believe a conversation like this is designated for the type of person that is no longer willing to continue doing life the way you're doing it. The bottom line is, and I love this, Randy said this, he said, back in the day, you were considered illiterate if you couldn't read and write. Nowadays, you're considered illiterate if you don't have an online presence for business, if you don't have an open channel, a way to earn money on the internet, because it's the way of the world. It's the way that things are going. And we were able to notice this all the way back in 2020 when TikTok started surging. I have more statistics here. Let's see. TikTok generated $65 million in revenue from iOS phones in the US in the last quarter of 2023 alone. The US generated $363 million in consumer spending 2 months after its launch in September of 2023. So in 2 months, it made $363 million. More than 55 million TikTok users have shopped on the app. Hang on, we have someone in the waiting room. 7.37% of TikTok users are in the top third of spenders on social media platforms. Oh my gosh, over 70% of TikTok users buy because of something on their For You page. The numbers are there. So if on your journey of like, how am I going to figure this out? I'm tired of being stuck. I don't know how to make this business idea work. I can't seem to get this off the ground. No one wants to buy from me. I don't know what I'm selling. Like, I think that the opening of TikTok, whether it's just by posting regular content or the TikTok shop, almost eradicates that completely. Then the gap is going to be, how do I do it? So what are the strategies? And do I have the mindset to sustain this? The opportunity is there. The way I look at life too, and I believe this with all my heart, and it serves me well, is that if someone else can do it, can't we do it? And if you really sit and think about it, does every person, to Ollie's point, does every person that makes 5 figures or 6 figures monthly on TikTok pay attention to the algorithm changes? Is every person monitoring all of their hashtags on a daily basis, making sure that it works? No. Does that work for some people? Yes. Do you have to do that? No. Where does this come back to? Your fundamental belief system around reality and the way that it works, which is why you have a spiritual life coach on a call talking to you about strategy, because we're trying to pull a strategic idea out of the ether and put it into step by step. When really on the last TikTok intensive, which is why I brought that up earlier, on the last one, I gave the step by step by step. Here's how to post a video. I made tutorials. I showed people how to add the sound. I showed people how to do hashtag research. I showed people how to edit the videos and take out the dead noise and talk and do all the things. And still, even still, having every single ounce of strategy, only 1% of the people in that masterclass actually took the information and created a profile that is now paying them the type of money they wanted last year. And so in talking to you here today, I'm here to let you know there's an opportunity, and we have the capacity to get off the struggle bus. My new mentality this year has been, it is available, but it's a little bit outdated. The tutorials and stuff are still relevant, but a lot of the information is a little bit outdated. They've kind of changed the app around and the way it works. My motto in the last 9 months or so is I want to, well, actually, I've been living this way, but it really just dawned back on me. I made a cover photo on Facebook last year in 2023, and it was pretty and burgundy, and it said, helping you build something that ends up building you. And that's come back full circle for me this year. And just in looking at the clients that I currently have, the people that I've worked with, the way that this is, panned out, I just couldn't help but to see, like, every person that comes in my world wants more what? They want more fluidity. They want more time freedom. They don't want to be slaving at a job. I get a lot of nurses, doctors, dentists, lawyers, people that are in corporate America that are stuck like Chuck. They can't seem to get out. And then they get on the phone with me and they're like, one, I listened to this life coach that told me to quit my job and chase my dreams, and now I've lost everything. I'm screwed and I have to go back to work. Don't do that. Or they say, I cannot quit. Now I'm back at work, but I cannot retire until I replace my income. And so I'm here today delivering you one of the easiest ways, in my opinion, for you to be able to do that. If you needed $5,000 to do an operation for one of your children, you'd find a way to do it. If you needed to take 4 hours out of the day because you're caring for a loved one that is on their deathbed in hospice, hate to get all crazy on you, but if you needed to take the time to do that, you would do it. The time it would take you to put and apply yourself into your mission, this is more than just about posting on TikTok. It's more than just an app. Like, what is your purpose? Why are you here? What are you pursuing? Who are you trying to reach? I say this on live streams sometimes on TikTok if you follow me there, but there's two types of goals a person can have. One is, what's in it for me? I want $5,000, $10,000. I want what's in it for me. I want to go on vacation, blah, blah, blah. The mission is missing. The other kind of goal is, this is how I want other people to feel. The beauty is when we combine these goals and we say, okay, I want this, but before I do this because I want this, I'm going to do this because I have a mission. That's going to be the cause, and the effect is going to be, now I get what I want. It's serve another, then yourself, not be self-serving and then see if it benefits somebody else. You see what I mean? So let me read this. Waiting for the perfect time to take action is the highest business expense you'll ever pay. It's the truth. It's the truth. Another one of my mottos is, you have to take step one before step two presents itself. And so many times I should say, folks that unless they have the whole plan mapped out, they just don't do anything. Well, even Victoria, you could look at Victoria here because she posted in there, well, how do I make good content? What do I say? I want to get better at talking, then talk. I want to get better at posting content, then post content. I want to be a better speaker, then speak. I want to make money, then move. You got to do something. And I guess it's a little bit of a pet peeve. You don't get better until you start. Yeah, my homie says, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. And the truth of the matter is, I believe that not every person in the world is here to lead an extraordinary life. And that is whatever you name it. Extraordinary to you could be peaceful, blissful in a camper trailer in the middle of a lavender field beside a creek. It could be living in New York City, wearing Fendi, walking with pristine energy in leather and fur, and that could be you. It could be building a school in Africa. It could be the simple life. It could be homesteading, buying chickens. Not every person is willing to put in what it takes to get that out in return. But what I do know is that every person has a gift here. Colleen, Melissa, Allison, Andrew, Angela, Diana, Gerald, Jasmine, Jillian, John, Kathryn, Leah, Ollie, Sarah, Tammy, Victoria, and Zoom user. Everybody here, and you'll never be able to convince me otherwise on this. Every person here has a gift. And this platform, if you look at the world like this, up here is the ether, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it. And down here is the physical condition. You've got a spiritual gift. TikTok is a physical tool that you can use. Do you have to use it? No. Do you have a gift? Yes. Should you express the gift? Likely. Most people don't feel good in life if they're not expressing and sharing and leaving people better than how they found them. What if you could get paid to be yourself? I get paid to be me. I literally, on God, get paid to study information that I'm completely obsessed with, try it on in my life to see if it works, master it to get a result, and to teach it to somebody else to see them also win. And that is my job. That is what I get paid to do. I would be doing this whether I got paid to do it or not. So what is that thing for you? And luckily, you've got the support of a platform. If you've got internet, you've got a sound mind, you've got the app TikTok and an email address to make an account, you've got every tool you need to start sharing your voice with the world. People can't give you proof of concept if they don't know you exist. So all of this like excuse making we do in our head, that's Shirley. Shirley tells you it's hard. Shirley tells you you can start tomorrow. Shirley tells you that you need to write your script and get it right in, and that if one person doesn't like it, you're never going to post again. Shirley says that if you post for 7 days and they all flunk, you suck. Shirley says that the algorithm changes and you must spend hours mastering it versus hours in self-mastery. Shirley limits you. Shirley is a liar. Shirley is crazy. I just did a video about her. I should find it and post it in here. If this lady were sitting on your couch at any given moment, talking out loud, you would call the police to have them arrest her. Think about when I say to you right now, what if in 3 months you were earning a consistent $7,000 extra a month through TikTok in some capacity? I get paid to interact with humans in person, put paint and sparkles on them. How do you transition to no in-person stuff? I touch and hug and dance and sing, and that's what people want to see on TikTok. I would be using TikTok Live. Brooke got it. I would be streaming, asking people permission to stream them on TikTok Live, and then create a community of people that love to sit there and watch you blow glitter and be sparkly and laugh with people in real time. You know, there are people that are sick in hospitals that won't ever be able to see that. Little girls that wish to God they could be a fairy princess at a festival painting faces, but their parents are strict and on them, and they're whatever, 18, 22 years old, and they want to see how to do it, and you're the one's video they're going to come across and get inspired. How about a woman that has kids that can't figure out her passion, and she comes across your live stream and is like, you can get paid to paint faces? How do I get started? That's your artwork? How do you do that? I want to be able to do that. Brooke, can you help me? This is how you do this online. This is how you get paid to be yourself. If you've got a brick and mortar business in any capacity that's not on the internet, you're missing out. Lifestyle creator. How can we apply this knowledge to make a successful TikTok shop? That's the thing. That's exactly what I'm here to talk to you about. Is if I could give you, and this is on God, if I could give you everything you needed in just a couple of days to do it, I totally would. We can send you a list on how do you get started TikTok shop. You can find that on Google. You can say, how do I get motivated? Look up a motivational podcast in the morning to kick yourself in the butt. The bottom line is, this is this journey that I'm a part of is total life transformation. People will come with a goal of, I want an amount of money, and not realize that money is the outcome. And you've got all of these other parts of the pyramid or of the tower that you need to sift through as to why you're not making money. What's your relationship to money? What's your relationship to business? Do you think money is hard to make? Do you think money's the root of all evil? If money was your partner, would your partner want to be with you because of the way you treat money? Do you think you have enough, but you're not grateful for it and it's never enough? Do you misuse your money? Are you the type that hides from your bank account and you don't want to see it, so you shy away, or that you look at every single penny and even though it's there, you're still mad at it? Like, what is the energy here? Are you a receiver or are you a repellent? See, folks will come and learn manifestation and learn how to create, but have no idea how to notice what they've created and step into receivership. You can't learn that off of a 60-second TikTok video. That's a total life transformation. And sometimes people can bit and piece it together. That takes time. What does Alex Hermosi say? Anybody on here that wants to learn business strategy, period, I would highly recommend listening to Alex Hermosi. I've recently found him in the past 4 or 5 months since he's gone public. He's a good idea of this. I didn't know he existed. I had no idea he existed until what? Until he started posting, until he started showing us that he was there. Now I know, and I feel like he's everywhere in my world, but he had to show up before I knew it. If you don't follow him, go follow him. He'll say, oh, I just lost my train of thought. That's okay. His work shows you how to go from 0 to 1 million in revenue, and it's all about post more. Like, he'll talk about it all the time. If you have a mission, if you have a desire to do something and you're not letting people know every single day who you are, how do you expect people to connect with you? There's a boldness in this, guys. There's an energy around, I am sick and tired of staying here. And then there's people that aren't quite ready to do something different, but are at least here letting seeds be planted as to the fact that it could be different. Do you think this is hard? I would love for you guys to give me any objection you have as to why in the next 3 months you can't be earning a consistent $7,000, $8,000, $4,000, $10,000 a month in excess of what you're making. What are your excuses? Please put them in the chat. Alex Hermosi, Hormozi. Alex Hermosi. Tell me why. That's not right. H-O-M. Sorry, it autocorrects. Stop that. There you go. Tell me why. Come off of mute. Tell me why you can't do it. What's keeping you from doing it? No excuses, because I can and I will. Damn right. Those are the ones that win. Who else? What's an excuse? Tell me. Already done. Beautiful. Do we have a reason? This is the vibe where I would love to see you back in 3 months and then tell me what you've done. Listen, the excuse, oh, here we go. I want to read it. The excuses are, I lose focus and spin. Yes, lack of accountability. The excuses are everywhere, but I don't want to give them any merit because I know they're excuses. I just need to build confidence in my abilities, and this takes time. Guys, this is not rocket science. Oh, I remember ADHD. I have ADHD too. Too many coaches. I'm your coach. I've been your coach forever. Currently putting in the work. Yes. Alex Hermosi says, dang, I lost it again. Oh, he says, the best thing that you can spend your money on is to buy time. And that any highly successful person uses their money to buy time. How do you buy time? You buy time by buying other people's mistakes. How do you know whose mistakes to buy? You feel it intuitively. It's a superpower. Amen. You feel it intuitively. I have been, and I have at least one of my gals here, Jillian. I'd like to bring her up for a second. I'm not sure if my other lady's here. I've got a couple clients here with me today, though, that I would like to come off mute and just talk about what total life transformation is. Because Jillian, are you available?
Yep.
Yeah, can you tell us, please? And I love these excuses. So we lose focus, we have ADHD, there's too many coaches. Like, what is your thought? How did you get into this work? And what's been your experience? You can tell us anything you feel drawn to. You've been posting on TikTok too, and it's working. You're doing a fantastic job.
Excuse me, sorry, I'm losing my voice. I got into this material because I put out the question, doesn't there have to be more? I was miserable, just not enjoying I was generally happy. Like, I love my family. I have a successful job. I have a house. Like, I had all the things. But like, internally, I was like, there's got to be more. So I put that question out to the universe. And then Kathryn came into my life. And it's funny, I happened to find her on TikTok. But I've been following her. I've worked with her in different capacities, but I just recently, about 3 months ago, it was May, I joined her phase 2. And that is when my life changed, because I was working with Kathryn one-on-one, and the person that I am today is a totally different person than I was when I started in May. I am doing things that I would never do. I am following a passion that I didn't even know I had. I had to uncover it. When I came to her, I was like, I really don't know what I want to do. I know I need something different. I know these are the things I don't like about myself, and I don't know what I'm doing. So we really started with, who am I? Or rather, what are my beliefs about who I am? And that was where a lot of the magic started to happen. She helped me uncover who I thought I was. And then I was able to change those perceptions and change my actions and step into a different person, a person that I am aligned with, a person that I want to be. And then I discovered what my passion was. And she's helped give me the belief in myself that I can do it. She's pushed me to do things, to do step 1. I followed step 1, and not like her step 1. It was like my step 1 of step 1 needed to be there. I had to do what came to me in order to see what step 2 was. And now we're working on what is step 2, and I'm getting clarity on that. And I'm here today as a completely different person. And I mean, it's life-changing, and I just am so grateful. And it's been freaking amazing. And like, she's gonna be in my life forever, because she just has something special that she brings to the table, and I'm forever grateful.
I love this. I love this. I love this. And I never, if you guys have been on my Zooms like this, I think Jillian maybe, I've had Angela speak before, not because I asked her to, but she's come up and spoke, and that's been beautiful. But this is the first time I've ever had a client come up and talk, and this is huge for me too. But it's time to step into this and bring to the forefront that the work works. What I want to point out in this is that the same TikTok training, podcast, coach, the same stuff will work for one person and won't work for another. There's got to be an alignment there, but also you got to be willing to do the work. And that's where a lot of times I think we fall short. Is you can get a really amazing journal prompt and be asked to think deeply and say, oh, well, I just believe I'm a procrastinator, and let that be as deep as you go. And you don't experience the transformation from there. Every person, Jillian and everybody else that's here, has got magic locked up, and that's the beauty. If you're inspired by TikTok Shop, this is the same conversation we have for anything else, any other, like building any other business. If TikTok Shop inspires you and you want to be the one that receives samples and be a digital nomad, and that's your purpose, and you want to master it so that you can reteach people how to do it, you funnel this material toward that idea. Jillian is into personal training. It started with, I want a brick and mortar gym, to now we just had in the middle of a super successful 30-day challenge and moving into taking on one-on-one clients. And how do you get there? By choosing to take the first step. And that's why you're here today. I don't know a lot of you. I don't know how many of these classes you join. I don't know how long you've been wanting to do something amazing and not doing it. I don't know what your pulse beat is, or if you got your foot on the gas pedal, or if you just keep pushing and coming and pushing and going. I think I have someone else here. That's a good place to bring in one other person I had to speak with us. Julie, are you here? She may or may not be. She says she is.
I am here. I am here. How come you can't see me?
Maybe you say Zoom user, and that's why I didn't know it was you.
Oh, yeah, I'm not logged in on my phone. Here, let me.
That's okay. We see you. Well, I don't
Yes.
see you.
I'm a newbie to Miss Kathryn's group, and the changes that I've seen in myself are huge. I'm now just choosing to believe in me and believe in the process. And I think a lot of it has to do with like your self-belief. And we're really good at making excuses. We're really good at talking ourselves out of things instead of talking ourselves into things, and like truly and honestly believing in all that we have to offer the world. And it's just different. We're surrounded by people all the time, like the naysayers, like, you can't do that. You need to stick with what's safe. and not really following your dreams and like what you really, 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 truly, and honestly want. I recently walked away from my nursing career to go after digital marketing. And I'm also in the TikTok shop and the creator program. And it's like super nice having multiple streams of income instead of just one and having to work 50 hours a week to get it. So
Mm,
it's magical, like the process you go through because it's a lot of self-discovery. We're carrying around a lot of stuff from our childhood and, bad relationships and like it you don't see it as a block, but it really is a block. Um, but it's amazing and I love being in this space.
I have a question for you now that we're on here. You have in the conversation of TikTok, you've got like 200,000 followers on TikTok. Can you speak to what it took in your authenticity? Like, was it really absolutely miserably hard to get that many followers? Like, how did you do that?
Oh, no, it wasn't. I know it may sound stupid saying it wasn't hard, but I just turned the camera on and spoke like just naturally at myself about the things I was going through, the experiences I had, the patients I took care of. I really just shared my life. I've had several videos go viral talking about being a mom, a single mom of a teenage boy. I've had several videos go viral just talking about my patients and conversations, like different walks of life. Um, my following grew without me having to do much at all. Like I
Mhm.
just was sharing my story. And I didn't think it was interesting, but a whole lot of other people thought it was interesting. So,
And that is what I'm saying. Julie had these followers way before she came to me. And guess where we met? On TikTok. Like the last
yes.
handful of clients I've signed up in the last 2 months have all came from TikTok. Every single one of them from TikTok. And they're not sales videos like, I think it was a live stream I found you on. I love that you share that though, because that's exactly what I'm saying is your authentic voice is what sells you. Like Brooke with your painting, I would be setting a camera up pronto tanto, full of so much content. Exactly. We need to be sharing this. Julie, thank you so much for your feedback. I love you, beautiful spirit. Um,
Absolutely.
you're the best. I do. Hang on. Let's see. People just want to see you and your life. My phone is full. Who is that? Hi. Did someone talk? I heard something. No, okay. Guys, I want to empower you today. Here's what I can give you in an hour. I can give you the big sister advice that if you want something great and you're giving yourself excuses, know that every single one of them are lies. None of that stuff is real. You are valuable. You are capable. You are able to learn. Do you realize that most adults quit reading books and learning by the time they get out of college, if they even go? Like, you got to keep learning. You're capable of learning. You can learn a new skill. You can do hard things. You can find what your gifts are and accentuate them. You can share them. You can help people change their lives. You don't have to be a coach. You don't have to even be forward facing. If you were serious enough about it, you'd find a way. If you trusted yourself to do it, you would commit to it. It's not that you don't believe it works, it's that you don't believe that you can do it. That's the thing. And that's where it's doing an injustice, I think, when we come on and only talk about the strategy, the step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, if that's what you guys want, is a PDF with how to get started or how to use hashtags, I'm happy to send that to you. But it's not what's going to work. It doesn't work because unless you have a burning desire and you're really willing to give it all, to do it all, you're tired of life looking the way it looks and you're tired of accepting small moves from yourself. Unless you're at that place, the strategy is just the strategy. I can promise you this. So what I can offer you is we have a accountability chat that we opened up during my process of creation masterclass. I thought it would be a pop-up thing and then we'd close it. But my community manager, Tammy, has done a fantastic job at keeping people on their feet and keeping them accountable. What we realized, and this just goes to show you how you're not alone in this, you're in a pool of people, love the accountability chat. You're in a pool of people that are working toward the same idea as you. In my process masterclass, we went over the process of manifestation. And so in this masterclass, everybody in there wanted to be on TikTok. right? Everybody there had a goal of getting their message out, of sharing their stuff with the world. And so that's why we created this chat, was to keep them accountable and to see how the accounts are growing, the love is growing, the views are growing. If you want to commit and go over there, like I will send every single person that registered for this masterclass the link to that, and you guys can stay in there and stay accountable. And as long as people are showing up, we'll keep you in the chat. If it goes dormant, we'll boot you out because we don't need stale energy, but it's truly a place to have a little bit of a community so that you're not out on a log. That's the other thing, is proximity. All of the things, all the reasons why you can't do this are, if you're having conversations with people about those things, you're making them more and more and more real. In our world, we can do it. In our world, $10,000 is a lot of money. In our world, we deserve to get our message out. In our world, we find a way. And so if this is something that you want to do and you're really ready to take this entire idea, proximity is key, how to join the, I will, sure will. If you want to take this entire idea and do a deep dive, we do have an upsell. Like I said at the beginning of this, I obviously have something to sell to you. And it's only for people, though, that you actually feel like you would like some additional accountability. So we've got two different options. The first option is for $111 to come inside of our community for a full TikTok intensive. This is what's going to be delivered to my phase 2 Life After Enlightenment students. That is my high ticket, almost year-long offer. It's like the holy grail. But we are going to create a TikTok portion of the business side of this offer. And so if you want to sneak your way over there and come to these 4 days, we're going to go over goal setting, my manifestation process, the process of creation, designing your brand voice and your positioning, as well as the tech and the game plan that'll come with tutorials. So if that is something that you want to join, you can join that for $111 and we can send you the link. The second upgrade, though, is to have that plus some one-on-one support. So this is where the magic happens, is where we can give you two 30-minute clarity calls. The way I would see this working, and this is what I did with my last one, with the TikTok intensive at the beginning of last year, was coming on and first off on the first call, getting clarity on what your business is and helping you figure out personally what you should be talking about, what is your position, what type of content do you deliver, and actually helping you map out a 7-day content strategy and calendar that you can duplicate over and over and over again. So we do that, plus a profile audit, which I would rather do near the end of this whole situation, so that we can see how I would like the accountability, yay! So we can see how your posting is doing and how we can kind of pivot and then do that takeaway call. The other bonus I'm going to throw in there is to give you the full replays of my process of creation masterclass and all of the goodies that came along with that, because it's essential. You absolutely need to know the process of creation, which I'll tell it to you. You need an imaginative idea. I'm going to mess around and make $10,000 on TikTok. Then you need the intellect. How in the hell am I going to do that? And then you need to take action. And so inside of our community, we touch on all three of those things. Today, we've barely touched on an imaginative idea. Are we sure that we could even do this? So you get access to that, as well as 2 of the universal laws. We have a bylaw course. And so we are also offering 2 of the different universal laws as a little bit of a goodie for you to have some understanding there. I am fully aware that not every person wants to use TikTok as their pathway to freedom. Not every person is interested in, doing what it takes to create a TikTok shop. But I'm here to tell you that I'm going to be in this chat doing what my mentor has suggested I do. I've got Randy. Randy's going to come in and he's going to help me and show me what I need to do. And my commitment is that I'm taking what he's telling me, I'm doing it, and I'm giving it directly to you inside of this offer. I'm going to show you what is working, what is not, how many times I'm posting, send you the videos, show you the editing process, what products am I choosing, the loopholes, how do you get brand deals, how do you get on commission. One of the other things, people can start, or companies will pay you $2,000 a month to promote their brands. What brands do you choose? Which ones are valid? Which ones aren't? I'm going to do all of this and then share it with you so that you can learn how to do it as well. And it's not some like we're doing it together. We're in this together. We have nothing to lose. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. I hope to God that you guys feel a little inspired with the thought. I'm so excited. Yay, me too. Joining forces now. Amazing. I haven't heard of that, but they should, because it's a no-brainer. I hope that you at least leave here knowing that whatever thing you have to sell, this platform far surpasses in visibility any of the other social platforms today. That doesn't mean that it will tomorrow. That doesn't mean next month it will. It means the opportunity is here today. You don't want to let opportunities pass you up. So whether you do it with me, by yourself, or with somebody else, I highly, highly advise you to look at things logically and put your content in a place that billions and billions of people have access to it. I encourage you to not try to follow the Joneses. I encourage you to find your authentic story and to not stop until you do it, because the world needs more leaders. The world needs more leaders. And I always ask folks, if your children traded spots with you today, would you be proud of where they're at? And if the answer is no, then at least give them the gift of letting them watch you transform your life right before their eyes, because there's nothing like it. I'd love to hear if anybody has any questions. If you guys have any thoughts, you'll be able to shop Amazon ads without leaving TikTok. Interesting. I'd love to see an article on that. That's really interesting. Does anybody have a thought? I will send you guys this replay via YouTube link, as well as a link to our accountability chat. Again, the rule is you come in here and post every single day, because consistency is key. If you want to refine your message, then share your message more. If you want us to help you one-on-one, please reach out. You have our email address. You can find me on social media. You can shoot me a message or an email. If you'd like to sign up for one of our entry-level offers here for the TikTok intensive, please let me know. First option, 222, John. So 111, let me say that again, 111, you get the 4 days. There are going to be 4 live calls and you'll get the replays. That's that. The second option, you get all of those days, 2 30-minute calls, a profile audit, the replay to my process of creation masterclass, as well as the course material for 2 different universal laws. And you know why I'm doing that, to be honest? I also have here, like, let people for 222 come into my plugin mastermind. The reason that I feel so heavily about that is because I know without a doubt, once you get inside of a community that supports you, then you're going to understand the impacts that it can have in your life. You don't get it until you get it. You don't get it until you get in. So I really want people to understand and feel the impacts of being amongst people, of being in a community and having support. So I love you all more than pickles. We do have to jet. I don't want to keep you too long. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. If there's any additional ways that we can support you, I will send you the WhatsApp chat. Please join us and post your content so we can love on you and support you. And I hope to see you making hella money on TikTok, because you have no reason why you can't. I love you more than pickles. Thank you, guys.